I don't think I'm crazy, delusional, or bipolar. I wish my family and friends would just listen to me and try to understand what's happening. I need to find my ex-boyfriend, Simon, because I'm concerned about him. Simon and I met in 1992 at a nightclub. We dated for 3 or 4 years, and we drifted apart in 1995. 3 years ago, I found him again online. Last year, Simon left my house. He said he would be back in 2 days with a limo and a big bouquet of flowers. Never saw him again face to face. Last year, Simon told me that he had programmed radio stations I listened to. And this was for us to connect on a deeper level. It seemed like he was controlling it or somebody was cooperating with him to control it. Simon has sent me messages or clues to follow cars on the radio. I'd say at least a half a dozen times that I've actually followed vehicles. A fast car came on by Tracy Chapman as a fast car drove by me when I was following the slow ride. I took off and followed the fast car, and I think I was supposed to stick with the slow ride. I'm not imagining it because I have followed cars to specific locations and people were waiting for me, and it was all based on songs on the radio. The song Stairway to Heaven came on as I was coming around the corner here, and I looked up and saw, I think, Simon standing at the top of that staircase. And I thought, I don't think I can get up there because I have arthritis. By the time I drove around to the top, he was gone. It seems like there's two opposing forces. Somebody's trying to sort of interfere between us so that we don't meet up. He seems to keep trying to tell me to meet him places, but he's never there. My best friend Leanne and my brother Curtis don't believe me. They keep telling me to get help. Leanne plays games with my feelings. She's insensitive. She told me to just get over it. I think Leanne's a bitch for questioning me on this, especially if she does know anything. My brother Curtis apparently thinks I'm out of control and crazy. Curtis is working with Simon against me. It's totally sad that I can only see Simon just glancing him at the side of the road. I know these messages are real. I trust him. He doesn't lie to me. I'm gonna find him, and it's not anybody else's business if we're together or not.
Okay, it's good to meet you.
You too.
I consider myself to be very open-minded. I mean, I'll consider any possibility and all possibilities.
Okay.
But I have to ask you to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Can you honestly commit to do the same?
Yes, I can consider all possibilities, yeah.
I mean, because I
just
guess...
know what I've experienced, and there's no real, I mean, unless you were, that's the problem, unless you were there, you may not believe it, but if you were there and I was, it's unmistakable. Well, that I'm not imagining it.
Well, that's not being open-minded though, because the question I have for you, what if, I'm not saying this is true yet, we don't know, we're gonna figure this out, you and I.
Okay.
But what if you misinterpreted things and ran it through a filter where you personalized things that weren't really personal? Now, tell me why you think he would be doing this.
The radio stuff?
Yeah, instead of just calling you and saying, hey, what's up?
He told me he wanted us to connect on a deeper level. Maybe he wants me to write a story, like a fantasy or something, and it's just gotten out of control. Or
why wouldn't he just tell you that?
I think part of it for him was he wanted me to connect with him using my intuition and my instincts.
Okay, well, role play with me for a minute.
Okay.
So assume that this is all one-sided and that Simon has not been communicating with you, he's not been programming your radio, he's not been sending you messages. What if it turns out that he hasn't, in fact, given you a second thought in 2 years? He's gone on and done other things. Where would you be?
That's fine. I would still like to talk to him.
Okay.
And then get an explanation for it, but...
Okay. But let's say you've had the explanation and you're left with the reality that he's moved on in his life, and so there's no more mystery, no more puzzle to solve.
Well, that would be a relief. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I'm positive I've seen him a number of times